Welcome back to the Stargazers channel. We're doing another deep dive into best jobs for each zodiac sign.
That's right.
And today, we're zeroing in on Cancer. That's for everyone born between June 22nd and July 22nd. Ever feel like your deepest instincts, your gut feelings, could actually point you towards a career where you don't just succeed, but you feel genuinely like at home?
Well, if you're a Cancer, those feelings might be more significant than you think. They could be sort of written in the stars for you.
Exactly. So we're going to explore 10 specific career paths today.
10 of them, yeah.
And these seem to line up remarkably well with those typical Cancerian characteristics. We'll dig into why these roles could be your ideal professional fit.
And stick with us because you might discover some, surprising connections between your sign's core values and some really fulfilling jobs you might not have even considered before.
You might just find the key to your next big career move right here.
Let's hope so. Okay, so first, maybe we should understand the Cancerian at work. What are they generally like?
Good starting point. Well, sources point to them being really hardworking, diligent, loyal employees.
Absolutely. When they commit to a job, they really commit. It's like wholeheartedly.
And there's that natural caregiver thing, isn't there? They genuinely enjoy looking after others.
Oh, definitely. That nurturing instinct is huge. And it connects to their need for security, emotional, physical, financial security. They seek it for themselves.
And they want to create it for others too, right?
Yeah.
For the people they care about at work.
Precisely. They value honesty in colleagues. They want to build those strong, trusting relationships. It's all about that secure base.
It's interesting, though, because they also bring creativity into the mix. It's not just about security and nurturing.
No, not at all. They've got this imaginative side. So the best careers for them often combine that nurturing aspect with a chance for innovation.
But there's a flip side sometimes. I read they could be a bit guarded at first.
Yeah, that classic Cancer shell. They might seem a little distant or, maybe even cold until they feel safe and that trust is established.
Makes sense. And they're highly sensitive people.
Very. Which means if their needs aren't being met, they can sometimes become a bit, needy.
And confrontation. That's their favorite thing.
Generally, no. They tend to avoid it. If there's a problem, sometimes it might come out in a more passive-aggressive way rather than direct conflict.
Okay. And how about working style? Independent. Team player.
They actually prefer working independently quite often, but they can take direction well. They're adaptable.
Right. So with all that in mind, let's dive into those top 10 career matches. Where should we start?
Okay, number 1 on our list, realtor.
Realtor. Okay, interesting. Why is that a good fit?
Well, think about that deep Cancerian connection to home and comfort. They get genuine pleasure from home comforts themselves.
So helping others find their home. That clicks.
Exactly. It taps right into that. They're intuitive, sensitive to what clients really need and want in a property. It's more than just bricks and mortar for them.
It's about finding that sanctuary, that place of security you mentioned.
Precisely. And helping someone find that is incredibly satisfying for a Cancer. Plus, they're often quite financially astute, which is, pretty useful for negotiations.
Makes total sense. Okay, what's number 2?
Private chef.
Food, of course. The stomach connection.
Yes. Cancers often have a strong link to the stomach, the enjoyment of good food, especially home-cooked meals.
So being a private chef lets them share that love.
It does. It's that direct nurturing again, isn't it? Tending to someone's needs, making them feel cared for, all within a sort of home-like, intimate setting.
And it's creative, too. Allows them to express their culinary passion.
Absolutely. Okay, number 3, interior designer.
Oh, I can see this one. Tapping into that creativity again.
Definitely. And remember, we said they like working independently but can take direction? This fits perfectly.
They get to create harmonious environments, affect positive change in someone's personal space.
And they have that intuitive knack for understanding what others want, even if the client can't quite articulate it. Plus, they're usually quite organized and good with money management.
Which you definitely need to handle budgets and deadlines in design projects.
Spot on. Creating beauty and comfort. Very Cancerian.
Okay, moving on. Number 4.
Social worker.
Right. This feels like a very direct line from their core traits.
It really does. That compassionate, supportive, protective nature just aligns so well with the demands of social work.
They're understanding, considerate, really focused on the needs of the people they're helping.
Yeah, that altruistic side gets a real outlet here. They want to make a difference.
Is there a caution here, though, with that deep caring?
There can be. Because they care so much, they need to be mindful not to become maybe a bit overbearing or too controlling. Setting boundaries is key, especially in emotionally tough situations.
Good point. Okay, number 5 on the list.
Architect.
Architect. Okay, connecting creativity and home again.
Exactly. It combines their creative drive with that fundamental love for home, for shelter, for security.
So designing someone's dream home would feel like a huge responsibility, but a good one.
A real privilege, I think, for many Cancers. They'd pour care and attention into it, really focusing on safety and security within the design, sticking closely to what the client needs.
Nice blend. Okay, halfway there. Number 6.
Nurse.
Yes. This feels like one of the most obvious fits, perhaps.
It often comes up, yeah. It taps so directly into that natural caregiver instinct. Compassion, empathy, intuition, all crucial in nursing.
Caring for patients, supporting families during difficult times.
Yeah,
It requires that sensitivity they naturally possess.
absolutely. Their nurturing side really shines.
You mentioned their sensitivity earlier. Is there something to consider there within nursing?
Well, yes. Because they can form strong emotional attachments and feel things deeply, tragedy can hit them hard. So maybe choosing a specialty carefully is wise. Perhaps avoiding areas with constant exposure to, say, terminal illness might be better for some Cancers, just to protect their own emotional well-being.
That's thoughtful advice. Okay, number 7.
Therapist.
Another one that seems to fit that empathetic profile.
Totally. Cancers are often seen as great listeners, right? People just feel drawn to confide in them.
So offering that sympathetic ear professionally, guiding people.
Exactly. They can use their emotional intuition to offer unbiased guidance. And the setup often works well. Too many therapists work independently, creating their own calming environment.
That autonomy would appeal to their preference for independence we talked about.
Precisely. Okay, number 8 is maybe a bit less expected. CEO.
CEO. Really? Tell me more.
Well, think about their loyalty and their tenacity. Once they're committed, they're really in it.
So that translates to leadership.
It can, absolutely.
Yeah.
In a corporate setting, that dedication is powerful. They're often good communicators too, and they have that intuition.
Making decisions for the good of the company, the employees.
Yes, potentially making quite insightful decisions that benefit everyone, the company, employees, shareholders. For ambitious Cancers, reaching an executive position can provide that job satisfaction and the financial stability they crave.
Interesting angle. Okay, number 9.
Hotelier. Or, someone running a hotel or B&B.
Ah, the host. Makes sense.
Yeah, that love of hosting, of making people feel comfortable and welcome just translates professionally.
They'd be focused on all the little details, wouldn't they? Ensuring guest comfort.
Totally. Overseeing operations, making sure everything runs smoothly. And again, it uses their money management skills for profitability and that creative intelligence for always improving the guest experience.
Creating a home away from home, essentially.
You got it. Okay, last one, number 10, nanny.
Ah, yes. That feels very fitting with the nurturing aspect.
Very much so. Cancer is ruled by the moon, often linked to maternal energy. So nurturing children, creating safe, loving environments for them, it's a natural outlet.
And it fulfills that desire to feel needed, perhaps.
Yeah.
Building that close bond.
Definitely. That relationship with the child, and often with the parents too, can be deeply rewarding. Plus, they get to use their imagination.
Bringing creativity into play and maybe even education.
Exactly. And of course, it's often based within a home setting, which Cancers tend to enjoy.
Wow, okay. So that's 10 really diverse options, but you can see the common threads running through.
You really can. Traits like emotional sensitivity, that strong nurturing instinct, their intuition, these pop up again and again.
Yeah, and also adaptability, imagination, loyalty, that protectiveness, and the home-oriented nature.
It all weaves together. It really shows how understanding your inherent tendencies isn't about like some rigid destiny.
No, it's more about seeing where you might naturally fit, where you might flourish and find that deeper sense of fulfillment.
Exactly. It's about finding clues in your own nature, about the kinds of environments and roles where you're likely to feel most satisfied and, well, most yourself.
Well, we really hope this deep dive into potential career paths for Cancer signs has given you, our listeners, some valuable insights.
Yeah, maybe spark some exciting ideas for your own professional journey, perhaps.
Remember, understanding your core traits, your strengths, your tendencies, it really is a powerful tool when you're navigating your career. And if you're looking for a more personalized reading, maybe a deeper exploration of how your unique astrological blueprint, your whole chart, might influence your career path. Well, there's a link for that waiting for you. right in the description below this deep dive.
Definitely check that out if you're curious. Thank you for joining us today on The Stargazers.
It's been great exploring this.
Yeah.
Till next time, God bless.